good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Is my sound okay, Judy? I have to use earphones that sometimes aren't too strong, but it should be good. Yeah, it's fantastic to be on. Thank you for the invitation. I've attended a few of these myself. I couldn't make last week, unfortunately, but the quality's been amazing and quite a high standard to keep up to. So, yeah, hopefully there's good value for everybody today. Um, Yes, I'm going to tell you a bit more about the wonders of this place, climate education. I'll tell you a little bit about the story, and then we'll demonstrate some of the work we're busy with and that we are doing at the moment. Quite a few videos to share, so you can get your dancing shoes maybe on as well, but there's a bit of music along the way. So it did really start. I was that little boy when my parents used to visit friends. The first thing I used to do was look around the house if it was new people and see whether they had a piano in the house, because we didn't have one. And if there was one, I'd then jump on the stool and annoy everybody else for the time that we were there until we got our own piano, and then I annoyed everybody in my family in my own home. So I've always been an avid pianist and a musician, and that's where the Wonders of this Place really started. So I also write a little bit of poetry. um, I really disliked poetry at school, actually, immensely. I didn't like it at all. But about 45 years later, it's one of my passions. Then last year, I thought, why haven't I written a song when I've been playing piano for 40 years and I write poems? So sort of, you put the two together. And then decided to write something about the earth because I do love the earth. I've been all over the world. I've been very lucky to travel. And I called it The Wonders of This Place. And it started as a poem. In fact, it was in July last year. I'm not sure if the slides are up, Judy. We can maybe put them up if they are available. There is a slide that I'll just talk to you, but I'll carry on. Yeah, I started as a poem in July last year. Um, and yeah, there you go. And then I wrote the music in August last year, and then had the song produced in September. So yeah, called The Wonders of This Place. You can just go to the next slide, and then you can see the timelines. And then, as Judy said in the intro, we launched it on World Earth Day, the 22nd of April, 2024. So really, it is a song about gratitude and care for the earth. It's a song about the impact of our decisions and our choices on earth. And I thought I'll quickly start actually just by reading the poem to you, if that's okay, just so we can get the essence of what this is all about. So, the wonders of this place, this world of ours, what does it mean when storms and droughts persist? Our life is now, but oh so short, doing the things we can't resist. Tomorrow is the future. What does tomorrow bring? To me and every other soul, when no longer we can sing about our planet that we cherish, bringing smiles to every face, with nature's heartbeat at our door. Oh, the wonders of this place. Decisions that we're making, one human at a time. This song is ours forever, but will our earth retain its charm when in every country of our earth we challenge to the core with issues that behold us? How can we be so sure? Tomorrow is the future. What does tomorrow bring? To me and every other soul, when no longer we can sing about our planet that we cherish, bringing smiles to every face, with nature's heartbeat at our door. Oh, the wonders of this place. Oh, the wonders of this place. So that's the poem. Could we maybe go to the next slide, please? That's the poem that then became a song on World Earth Day. So maybe I think just to kick off, can we just play the first video just to give you a sense of the song has now become a music video, a climate education music video, and I'll tell you that story. But maybe we can just play the first video if that's available.
This world of ours, what does it mean when storms and droughts persist? Our life is days now, but oh so short. Doing the things we can't resist. Tomorrow is the future. What does tomorrow bring? To me and every other soul, where no longer we can sing about our planet that we cherish, bringing smiles to every face, with nature's heartbeat at our door, all the wonders of this place. Decisions that we're making, one human at a time. The song is ours forever, but will the earth retain its chime? When in every country of our earth we're challenged to the core, with issues that behold us, how can we be so sure? Tomorrow is the future. What does tomorrow bring? To me and every other soul, where no longer we can sing about our planet that we cherish, bringing smiles to every face, with nature's heartbeat at our door, all the wonders of this place. All the wonders of this place.
Excellent. Thank you for that. So that's the poem and the song that has been the inspiration for everything else that I'm going to share now with you. And this is where it started, and this is what really was the seed that resulted in further ideas, which I'll share with you for the rest of our session today. So we can just go to the third slide, perhaps, and then I'll just share. So what are we all about at the Wonders of This Place, climate education? So the word at the top there, the operative word, we can just click through perfectly, is engaging. So we want to engage educators and learners around the world, in schools predominantly. And our primary goal with the youth is to increase and strengthen their climate engagement levels. Now, just to stop there just for 1 second. So, there isn't a dictionary definition of climate engagement. In fact, I've been in the corporate world all my life, and I know I've done many staff engagement surveys at the employers that I've had. Many companies measure customer engagement scores through things like net promoter scores and customer satisfaction. There are various ways. So, but just in brief, for us, it means climate engagement means awareness and knowledge of the issues around us from a climate perspective. So awareness of that. And then secondly, awareness as to what the actions are, what the mitigants are, what we should be doing. And then lastly, actually doing it and taking action. So it's a little bit of a loaded definition. But for us, it's quite important that it's not just action we look at or somebody singing a song or writing a poem. It's actually far deeper than that. It's actually engaging the subject. So I'll keep coming back to that a little bit later. So we can just click through. So how do we aim to achieve this? So it's not all just about a song. In fact, it's the broad spectrum of creative arts that we are focusing on. And if you look at our website, thewondersofThisplace.org, we can just click through one, please, there. You'll see that we have 4 categories of creative arts. We have poetry and writing. We have song and music. We have the visual arts, these painting, drawing, sculpting. And then we have the performing arts. So very, very broad. And we can just click through to the next one, please. And how do we inspire this? It's globally educators and learners, as I said, that we want to inspire to do what? There are just a couple of clicks there, Tracy, you can just go through all of them. It's really getting to the hearts and minds of the learners and the educators. That's what the creative arts is known to do. It's focused on human expression, creativity, and really the next click there you'll see that's our slogan that we've actually chosen, which is step up, sing, and save our planet. You'll see that on all our material. There should be 1, 2, 3 there, and in your mother tongue is the key part. So I'm just going to play you another video, which is the exact same song, and it's actually a Greek version, and it's sung by one of our in-country ambassadors, who I'll talk to you about in a second. Her name is Marianti Sikitu. She is a chemistry teacher, biology chemistry teacher in an English school in Athens, in Greece. And you'll hear in a second how beautifully she sings. So if we can just play this one. Thanks, Tracy.
Ο κόσμος μας τι να σημαίνει όταν η καταιγίδα επιμένει. Η ζωή είναι τώρα κι όλο τρέχει, μα οι πράξεις μας έχουν νόημα. Αύριο είναι το μέλλον, μα όμως τι θα βγει αν πια εμείς και τα ζώα στη γη δεν έχουμε φωνή για τον πλανήτη που αγαπάμε. Δίνει χαρά σε κάθε ψυχή. Η καρδιά της φύσης είναι εδώ, τα θαύματα της γης. Παίρνοντας τις αποφάσεις ένα βήμα τη φορά, η μουσική μοιάζει να μας ανήκει, αλλά τον ήχο η γη κρατά. Κάθε χώρα στο πλανήτη δοκιμάζεται σκληρά. Συμπλήματά μας κοιτούν στα μάτια, πρέπει να δράσουμε για αύριο είναι το μέλλον, μα όμως τι θα βγει αν πια εμείς και τα ζώα στη γη δεν έχουμε φωνή για το πλανήτη που αγαπάμε. Δίνει χαρά σε κάθε ψυχή. Η καρδιά της φύσης είναι εδώ, τα θαύματα της γης. Τα θαύματα της γης.
Isn't that just a beautiful, beautiful voice from Marianti? I'll be honest, the first time I heard it, I had tears rolling down my face. Beautiful, and such a role model. Marianti's an educator, she's a teacher, and she's making music and for climate. So a really good role model for the teachers around the world. So we're very lucky to have her as our in-country ambassador in Greece. So just a little bit more around music and climate education and education in general. So one of the things about music, which you would have just experienced yourself now, listening to 2 songs. One song in English, the exact same song in Greek, the same visuals at the back. Engagement and retention of the message is a key part. Music naturally captures attention, makes learning enjoyable. A catchy melody, paired with lyrics can help students remember. So that's actually one of the reasons we chose to use our music videos in different languages as the core of our education to start with. Emotional connection. So somebody actually commented earlier, I saw, the emotional aspects of it. Songs often evoke emotions that can inspire students to care more deeply as well, actually, about the earth and about the environment. And it fosters a sense of responsibility. It can create a lot of urgency, actually, the more deeper you care about something. Songs and can also sort of demystify and simplify complex topics as well. So climate change, environmental responsibility can be quite difficult for young learners. We know it can create anxiety and etc. But songs can actually break down those concepts into simple, digestible ideas, making it easier to grasp, etc. Inclusivity and participation. So one of the big things about music and the creative arts generally, we've all been to, sing-alongs or been in a choir or been in a church or be at gatherings where you can do things together, whether it's a pub in Ireland where the Irish love singing in pubs just around the corner from where I live here or wherever you are. It encourages participation, whether you're a great singer or not, doesn't matter. Regardless of your academic ability, you can engage in music. So it's quite a universal testing tool, often called the language of the world, music. Reinforces values, repetition of a song. This has got a chorus. You would have heard the same chorus twice. It reinforces those messages. It helps solidify principles in students' minds. Creativity and fun. You'll see a few videos a little later on where you can see definitely the kids are having a great deal of fun taking part in singing the song in a choir. And collaboration and teamwork. When you do activities around climate songs, that can foster a sense of community and teamwork. All right, so that's why some of the reasons why we chose a music video. So this is just a visual, what we have up on screen here. And I'll just quickly spend 1 minute on it. This is sort of a visual of what we are all about. So the wonders of this place, climate education. So if you look at the four sides of the rectangle, at the top you've got music and song. At the left, on the left there, you've got performing arts. The bottom you've got poetry and writing, and on the right you've got visual arts. Okay, so as I explained earlier, across all the spectrum, the emotional aspects, the soft aspects are in the corners there. So you'll see us mentioning, where it's top right, top left there, creativity, bottom left, well-being and care, bottom right, deep connection, and then top right, human expression. Okay, very emotive. And then in the middle is the whole world. So we just separated the continents a little bit. And we have a quote translated into various languages, in Chinese, Portuguese, Spanish, Swahili, and a couple of others. And in English, it means to express myself in this way for our planet Earth feels wonderful. So we just translated that little paragraph. And in the middle there, you'll see our educator hub. It's very small. Just to mention this quickly, we are in the middle of just updating a page on our website. We're very excited about this. We're basically going to be giving teachers all around the world the opportunity to log their learning interventions when they use the creative arts in any way, so that other teachers can actually go in and see what they did and learn from them. Right, so we're about to launch that. And then I've just given you a sense at the top there. How do we do this? We just over 6 months old post World Earth Day last week or 2 weeks ago. And we've really grown quite quickly. So I always tell people we're still a baby. We're only 6 months, we're crawling, but we are growing. We're growing quite quickly. We're getting healthy quite fast. We are now in 55 countries around the world. If you look at the numbers there on the screen, you'll see in the continents, so starting at the top there, we've got 10 countries in Europe, going down clockwise to the right. We have 12 in Asia. We don't have any in Australia rather. We have 28 in Africa. More than 50% of Africa already have in-country ambassadors. Nothing in Antarctica, and then 3 South America and 2 North America. So really spread quite quickly, and we have 7 in-country ambassadors. We'll play the next video now. I just want to introduce you to one of the in-country ambassadors. In fact, our first one, the first one out of the 70. And you can see what he has to say. He's from Cameroon.
Hi, I am Roosevelt Gatita. I am the in-country ambassador for the wonder of this place, climate education, here in Cameroon, precisely in Yaoundé. I must say the wonder of this place, climate education, is a dream that I have been planning to work with people who protect our environment. Thank you for this opportunity and remain blessed. Bobongu, Moye Wan Mita, Northwest Region, Cameroon, Buchubichi Chomo, Oborobomo,
So there you met Roosevelt's teacher. In fact, his twin brother is also one of our ambassadors. He's a geography teacher. He's actually a rap artist too. So he can sing rap, and he's done a few music videos himself. You don't have to be a rap artist or a singer to be the country ambassador, by the way. We have many teachers who are ambassadors, music teachers, geography teachers, science, nature. We have school principal, we have researchers, we have people working with schools, with poor communities, a whole mixture. We meet every second Saturday as a group, and what is fantastic just to share is the camaraderie and actually getting friends all around the world. We're all doing the same thing. Everybody volunteers. So so that's the in-country ambassadors. We just go to the next slide. There may be Tracy. So what we decided to do with those music videos, those education music videos, is to translate them in all the different languages, education languages of the world. And we started with a course. We can go to the next one, please, Tracy. We started with a course called Step Up and Sing. We've designed this course. It's a very simple course. It has 3 lessons, lesson 1, 2, and 3. I'll quickly take you through them. Lesson 1 is basically focusing on the visuals of that music video you've just seen. So the teacher basically plays the music video. When we were designing this, we came across a teacher in America who uses music videos quite a lot, and it was amazing to read about the learning. So just to share one as an example, she says, when you play a music video in class, the one good thing is the class, they all keep quiet immediately because they're all attracted to look at the music video. So they pay attention. And then at the end of it, and this is very short, this one, 2.5 minutes, you can ask a question such as, so who saw the lion? And somebody will put their hand up. And then from there, the lesson starts. So it's a very nice flow into a lesson. So lesson 1 focuses on the visuals. What do you see? The 11 animals and birds. There's some human behavior aspects. I don't know if you look closely. You would have seen a plastic bottle lying on the sand. Did you see that on the beach? And you would have seen the wave breaking over it. And if you look very closely, because this is what we asked the learners to look at, you would have seen the wave actually slow down as it hits the plastic bottle. And in the discussion, and these are the kind of activities we've created in this lesson, that means it creates emphasis and it highlights the fact that there's a plastic bottle on the beach that shouldn't be there. And that's the way we use a music video to teach and educate the children around biodiversity, climate change, and care and gratitude for Earth. So lesson 1 is about what we see. Lesson 2, and these are short lessons, by the way. Top right, you'll see a little bit of the stats there. 45 to 60 minutes. It's not a lot of time. It's probably more on the 60-minute side. I'll come back to the pilot in a second. Lesson 2 focuses on the words. It's actually a poem, as you would have heard. So the older children learners do a poetry analysis, and the younger learners would do meanings of words, etc. We have followed the Global Schools Program approach, just to mention. So our course is age appropriate across the 4 age bands. So starting from first year in school till the last year in school, we've catered for all of that. So that's lesson 2, focusing on the words and the meaning. And then lesson 3, it brings it all together. It talks about the actions. What are we going to do? What are we going to be grateful for and care for in our local community? So the reason I call this poem The Wonders of This Place is because this place is relevant to you and I, and wherever the learner is, wherever they are in the world. And it actually starts at your local community. So that's what the course is all about. Then we've created, just at the bottom of that slide, you'll see the course flows into a very, very exciting group project, also called Step Up and Sing, but it's a group project. And this is where we divide the class, the learners, into 7 teams with unique roles. Every person chooses their role. So, clearly not every learner is arty or can sing or can write music or can write a poem. They can try it, but they might be more suitable to a different team, such as the project management team or the research team, etc. So there are all these different roles. I won't go into too much detail. And then basically it ends with the making of the purpose of the group project is actually to deliver and make a new music educational video themselves. So if we just stand back and look at this, 3 lessons, talking to a music video, the wonders of this place. And then we ask the team, okay, you're going to make your own one. and we take them through a process. So lesson 1, 2, and 3 can actually be done in a week. You could do it on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You could do week 1, week 2, week 3. We say the group project should be about 6 to 10 weeks, okay? Because you build on, you first got to decide a theme for a poem. Then it goes to what we call the poetry factory. We write the poems, and then the poems go to the music factory, and the music factory chooses one poem that becomes a song. And they only work with that one poem, and then write the music. Somebody sings it. There's a video editing team, makes some videos, visuals. We put it on a music video, put it on our website, and proudly they look at it and say on TikTok and Instagram, there's the music video we made. All right, I went through that quite quickly, but just to mention, this is a key part of our proposition and what we've gone out with. So I want to end off. If you just go to the next slide, I want to end off with just talking about 2 case studies that are now completed. So this is a little bit small there, but just at the top left and the top right there. This is a whole school activity that we piloted in the middle of this year. It's a school in South Africa in a town called Kritzinger on the coast, almost near the southern tip, the southern part of Africa, actually. And what we did was we got the school choir to sing the song. So, you know, a school choir takes a while to learn a new song, right? So they would have spent 2 or 3 months learning to sing the song. And then we got them to sing it in front of the whole school. And I actually went down myself, and this actually happens to be my own primary school. I was there 40 years ago myself. So, and I sang in that school choir myself too, so they let me in. They sang in front of the school, and I gave a little bit of a talk to the school that morning as well. So that's a whole school activity that we measured. If you look at the results on the top right there, we did some impact surveys in terms of learner impact. We got some feedback from the learners in the choir, where just, you know, they expressed a deep connection with the subject of appreciation of our earth. They had a sense of pride in singing in front of the whole school and their peers. And then we did a survey monkey survey with 18 educators actually who responded. And 66% of them rated a lot of impact or a great deal of impact on themselves as an educator. And then 94% rated an increase in learner climate engagement levels. So positive scores and impacts there coming out of that. You know, not necessarily the perfect way to measure it. There could be different ways, but that's what we did. So I just want to share that activity with you. We can just play the next video. I'll just show you a quick, just a minute or so of the choir singing the song at the end of that engagement after the speeches and everything else that morning. They had a formal song, and this is what happened at the end of the day. Okay, so there you heard the Moorgrove Primary School choir in Kibera, South Africa. Now, I'm not sure if those big smiles were from I just given them a chocolate each just before then, or they really enjoyed the sing along. But yeah, I chatted to all of them afterwards, and the choir master. We actually have a separate video on our YouTube channel. You can have a look at that as well, where you can actually get some feedback from some of the choir members, the choir master, and the school principal as well. I haven't included it for our presentation today, but that's on our YouTube channel. So that's a whole school activity. And actually, just before I go to the course, you know, we in our facilitator's guide for the course for the educator, that's about 40 pages. It's very detailed. Any educator can actually give our course. It's really, really easy. You don't have to be a climate scientist. You don't have to be knowledgeable on climate change. I attend quite a few conferences myself, and I can hear the biggest fear of educators around the world is that they think they need to be experts in all these things. Our course is really, really very simple, but very engaging, project-based. So just to end off with, just to share, we've just finalized our first pilot of our course. Okay, our course and our project. And if you can just show the slide, maybe, Tracy, if you don't mind, there's a little bit of detail on that last slide. Just want to take you through. So just the one before that. So this pilot of the course was done also at a school in South Africa. It's a school in a little seaside village called Hermanus in the Western Cape. Just one up there. Yeah, perfect. There is Hermanus in the Western Cape. Beautiful, beautiful.
Which slide? I'm sorry.
Just one down. Thanks. Perfect. That's it. Yeah. So at the bottom there, case study 2, you'll see what did we do? We piloted our Step Up and Sing course and project at the school. Start on the 22nd of August. They did it a little bit quickly. They wanted to try and do it before school holidays. This is always a challenge, of course, around the world, fitting things in, which term, where do you do it, when do you start, when do you end, etc., etc. So we had 60 learners engaged, aged about 15 or 16. We had an educator there, Christel Grimbeek. She might be on the line today. We didn't invite her much today. And they all did a really fantastic job working with Pamela Broadley. And Pamela Broadley is our in-country ambassador in South Africa. Really went through the whole process. We met the class a few times, myself as well, just to talk them through things. And they've just finalized that whole process. And we had a little survey that we gave them. We actually measured them on 2 specific scores before and after the course and the project. The 2 questions were, to what extent do you care about the Earth? Just a simple 1 out of 10. 1 I don't, 10 I do. And then measured that before and afterwards. And also the second one was, to what extent are you engaged on the subject of climate change? And we defined what engaged means to help them. Now that question you might not be able to ask very young learners, of course, but these were 15, 16, they could understand. And actually those scores went up. The first one went up 5%, the other one went up 9%. So we got a few learnings there. This is a pilot and is in the right direction. So really, really a fun project. And we've just found out, we just released actually their project video. So I'm going to ask you just to show that, Tracy, and then we're just about done. So this is what they produced at the end of their project as a team, and they've created this all themselves without the educator doing anything, without us doing anything. This is their work. So Tracy, we can just play their last video, please. So well done to Christel and the learners at Generation School in the Western Cape in South Africa.
Welcome to Omanus as the whales swim from ocean blue, where the dussies play among rocks by coastal view. Proteas cover the mountains in blazing beauty. A baboon pack wanders for all to see. Gray-headed gulls fly out over the sand. But now I see litter flood the land. How much it would hurt to see it fall. We face the threat of losing it all.
Don't want a world with plastic beaches and oil oceans. Don't want a world without an ecosystem's motion. Don't want a world with no biodiversity at all. Don't want a world built on the rubbles of the earth.
We need to take action. There are thousands of things you can do in everyday life to prevent global warming. refillable coffee cups, unplug unused chargers, and turn off lights when they aren't needed. Energy-efficient appliances, public transport. Stop buying things you don't need. The shipping alone adds so much CO2 into the atmosphere. Waste less and do more. Today. We are looking at the biggest crisis in Earth's history today because of the choices we made in all our yesterdays. And now it's up to us to build a better tomorrow.
Don't want a world with plastic beaches and oil oceans. Don't want a world without an ecosystem's motion. Don't want a world with no biodiversity at all. Don't want a world built on the rubbles of the earth.
So really, really well done from our perspective to Christel Frumbeek, the educator there, and the whole class. What stood out for me, apart from beautiful landscape scenes there in South Africa, you would have seen the protea, the national flower. You'd have seen whales. Now, Hermanus is known for whale watching. If you want to go and see whales carving, you go to Hermanus. There are also sharks there. So beautiful, but waste less, do more. What a line. Waste less, do more. And that came out of that class, and they created that along with the poem and the music and everything else. Just if we could just end with the last slide there. So just one or two more thoughts from my side. So in that class there was no pianist. So the piano you would have heard was AI. So I often get this question around, well, is that art? Is that creativity? There's a lot written about this. And in fact, the wonderful thing about technology is, look what that class created, but they didn't have to have a pianist. They could do it. Of course, if they did, they might have had some piano playing by somebody else. But so what we're doing at the moment, just to end off, we actually are sort of running our initiative, our organization. We actually just registered last week, by the way, as a company limited by guarantee. So we're a formal non-profit company now in Ireland. And we can open a bank account and get going. But this is how we're sort of managing all our activities. We've got all our countries that we have. We've got 55 countries on us today. We decide when we go into a country, when we get an in-country ambassador, what languages we're going to focus on in education. So you can see at the top there as an example, Afghanistan, Persian and Pashto. So we've already translated the poem into Persian and Pashto. We've already put it on our song template ready to be sung. And we're just going to find a singer now, etc. So, we've got an amazing in-country ambassador in that country, Rashid, who's doing the translation for us of the Facilitator's Guide. So lots of activities on the go, a lot of languages. We want to align strongly with the United Nations principle of quality education, which means for us reach. It means language of the educator and the learner wherever they are. If they, and in fact, one of the attendees today is Bukolo. Julie, you greeted her at the start. Thanks for that. He is a principal in Nigeria, and that's actually our second pilot. There are 80 learners in that school in Nigeria who started last week. They're on a midterm break now, but we have our second pilot in Nigeria, and we're really looking forward to that. So That's all really from my side. I did want to say a big thank you to all our in-country ambassadors. Quite a few of them are on the call today. We really appreciate this opportunity. As I said, we really new. We've just started, but we are looking forward to working with all the schools around the world in their language and across all the spectrum in terms of creative arts. So thank you very much for having us.